A new iRacing update means new challenges, and our competitors are getting ready for what's going to be an intense one at the action track. Today we're at Richmond Raceway for just the second time in series history here on VOR. Justin Prince alongside Jack James here today, Howie Burrows, our producer, as we get ready from Richmond Raceway. Here we go. We're happy to have you with us here for coverage of Velocity Online Racing. The IndyCar series is underway from Richmond. Already some problems coming off of turn 2. Near contact a couple times over on the side-by-side. FT Camonsto sliding up the racetrack. And a lot of these cars just tiptoeing to maintain grip. Some side-by-side up the road. FT get retained up to the third spot to begin things early.
It seems to be that those on the higher sort of line that I saw, the likes of O'Sullivan really struggling with in terms of tire grip off that first kind of turn 1 and 2 there. But it seems to be that the inside is where you want to be 100%.
The outside really good to be able to defend. And we have our first caution. Kinder is involved. Christensen's up in the air. A couple more slams for Strauss as we're under caution.
Off of turn number 4, so it's going to be Christensen that actually gets involved, and he's going to go wildly flipping.
Here's a look for Christensen.
Yeah, it's just that it's a weird thing of a sort of iRacing netcode.
Green flag is out. Back on our way. No major dives to be able to get around before the start and finish line. Everybody works their way through as the first attack is on. It's for third. Liam O'Sullivan thought about the inside instead. Altena gets the run for second. We're back at our yellow. Hatsama with the broken wing on the back straight away.
So that's Aman Lau behind in one of the Altena Autosport cars, and he's just going to get 2 trigger happy, Justin. We are back to racing, Justin.
And back to a battle for the race lead. And Grave keeps it high on the outside groove. Here comes the 18. Already a couple laps led to his credit. Bit of a checkup on the inside as F-Take nearly cleared himself a third time.
Is that contact and damage? I may have seen a little bit of bodywork flying off, but maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me, but still side by side for the lead.
He dropped immediately back outside the top 5. The rookie trying to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, I wonder if this is strategic from Fraser Clegg, trying to just drop back into the traffic and save a little bit of fuel and try and eke out this first stint a little bit longer. I think that one thing we need to bear in mind a little bit more, as the attrition rate is extremely high from what we've seen so far today.
Caution flag is out. Clegg had dropped back. Can't confirm. Might have lost it on his own without contact. Turns 1 and 2. I think he scraped the wall in the outside of turn 1. Watch this entry.
Whoa, talk about Tokyo Drift, Justin. Whoa.
There it is. They went to the middle line. Interesting, though, not the top to start for the first couple cars.
No, I think it's going to be really important that O'Sullivan doesn't lose his composure and lose the sight of that number 11 car. Oh my word, Justin, that was close.
Yeah, Deke just about got decked.
When you come into pit stops, do you need to change a little bit of wing here and there, as we see a car at the front there tag the wall, and there's, that was very, very close, boys. Stellard absolutely fired that one up the inside of Deke, and you need to obviously put your car where the other car wants to go, and then you sort of stop people getting past in that sense. But it's a lot more tactical than that in IndyCar, because we have these massive front and rear wings, as we see debris go flying, and that's a rear wing modification, and he's going very, very loose into the wall.
Clegg goes around, caution flag waves again.
Day done for Fraser Clegg, unless he can get it back to the pits under this caution and have a miracle of a run to get the car back into contention. But he tried it once and he saved it, and unfortunately he ran out of lives. The second time ends Fraser Clegg's day into the outside wall.
Altena in control. Green flag is out, back underway. F-Take looks to fall soon on the gas. O'Sullivan immediately going for second.
What a restart from the number 12. He raced no time whatsoever. I mentioned before we went green, he needs to make sure that number 11 doesn't get too far up the road, but he's really struggling actually to get past the number 77.
And we have more contact, a little bit of scrape, and Deech now gets some luck of the internet connection. That could have been much worse.
Exactly, as we're going to see a replay here of a pass. I think this is going to be O'Sullivan getting past Engram, because it was a checkup. That was very, very strange to see F-Tink going so slowly as we ride on board with the number 77. It was almost There was contact as well, Justin. That's very, very strange.
Sullivan has gotten himself around. Let's take a look at this. See that charge right afterwards, built up the run, and immediately zipped by with a little diamond line for the front straightaway.
I think that, just coming back to it, I think that Efting's tyres are actually the best part of 76 laps old, so that could have been a perfect explanation to that.
Already past that estimated fuel window with all the caution periods now for Altena and Efting. They are hoping for someone to make a mistake, and there's Ingrave finally got to the outside. They should get it done to move up one more spot. And Fraser Clegg also feeding some dirty air up the road as lap traffic. Pettia trying to hold on to the other line, trying to make sure no pass is made with the old eSport machine, but he's pushing tight. Might be starting to have a little bit of an issue trying to get the rotation down.
That will only start to eat his tyres a little bit more, as I believe that is Altena coming around to lap these guys. Whoa! Is that contact?
Hit the wall. He hit the wall and nearly had contact, yeah. And now that's going to be a concern if there's any internal damage. Think it may have popped back out for him, but the 19 is fading fast. Altena just lapped him. Now here's the tough thing, but the timing of when those stops come in for Altena and company, that puts them a lap down. They need this race to stay green now for at least another 30, 40, 50 laps to cycle back to the point.
It seems to the spectator's eye where there's cars just everywhere. There's not really any rhyme or reason as to who is fighting for what position, as there's contact in the background, car in the wall. Just as I was saying, caution is coming out, and nightmare for Altena.
Mariani making contact with the 19 fresh off pit road.
It's going to be two cars, sort of one washing up into the real estate of the car on the outside, as we see the 19 just getting the dirty air, and unfortunately just collecting a victim on the exit of turn number 4. That's so disappointing.
Things get flipped around a little bit in the order with the contact. There were 7 cars on the lead lap.
Ooh, what has happened here? Dan Ench.
Well, never mind on that fixed wing.
Oh my God.
That's the second car to face to the 83 today.
Dan Ench is minding his own business, and we're just sort of, oh guys, just sort of morphing into one IndyCar there.
Backing away, and in this series you can make jumps to the inside, and a lot of people did that already. Since getting attacked, Kinder got by, and Greg trying to get by. Fiola is boxed in as well.
Jay is putting up a stellar defense of basically the entire field. It's like trying to hold back an angry stampede of rhinos.
While Sexy Waltrip holds on to the race lead over the front side-by-side. F-Tank might and will have to unlock himself the hard way. He is trying to push hard too.
The car that's leading the race at the moment hasn't been into the pits in 70 laps. So if they wanted to, they could swallow him up and eat him whole. Because of the cautions that we've had, it's really just going to be whatever works best, as we see Engrav charging up and going for the move to take the lead.
And it's Fraser Clegg again, back straight away. The 57 going around, and he got collected with Deke. Deke got the run, and Deke phases through car number 3. Got a better jump from second. Immediately sends it. Can he clear for the spot? No. The Frenchman gets the power back down to the outside.
But it's not going to be enough as he moves up the racetrack to seal the deal and sort of block off the number 47 from having any sort of retaliation effect.
Right now, John Stellard continues to have a stellar day in his red machine. Continuing to carve on through the Stellard and Wild machine. Looking to the inside. Continuing to gain some ground after being one of the drivers who did not have the best qualifying runs here today. He was in the 17-4s in qualifying. Altena, with that lucky dog, has now made the charge for the battle for third. Going to try and shake and bake his way through. These two are faster than the leader, by the way. Kinder still holding firm. Outside once again, Altena says, if the inside doesn't work, I'm going to run the wall and ramp into the wall, I guess, to make a pass. Here we go. They have traffic in front. Charpentier is up the road, trying to pin O'Sullivan behind him. O'Sullivan has a lift because the 19 slammed the wall down. Whoa. 19 in the wall with the lap traffic, and Altena gets the job done on the inside. Kinder made it 102 laps, by the way. Engrave is at 103. That's how aggressive some of the saving is to get another 10 laps or so, if not 5, out of these fuel tanks.
To be able to eke out the fuel 82 points where he has, and with 86 to go now and just coming back on the racetrack, he's fairly comfortable with me being able to make it to the end. No doubt he'll save a little bit anyway in case he needs to get a bit more, as that's Efting sideways.
Caution flag is out, and that changes everything.
Yes, we'll have a look at this. This is Efting trying to go around the outside, and he just loses it by himself on the marbles, collects Fiolas, and there's going to be no contact whatsoever, but he's on the marbles out there.
Blocking down to the middle. Here comes the 27 all over the back bumper. Nothing to be done over the wing for now for Sexy Waltrip as he tries to set things up. Stellard tries to ride on behind as well. Middle line for Stellard, bottom line for Grinch. Outside line for Altena, and he knew he spins it. Altena holds on to it. Here comes the 27 for the lead.
Oh my god, what lightning ninja hands from the boss himself, Altena. Amazing save there to keep it pointing in the right direction. But we will see if he can get the lead back from number 27, but he's going to have the inside line. That is not the preferred line coming off the corner.
The interesting thing is we can definitely say alternate fuel maps again for that 27. He's using first rich fuel. Right now, Altena likely pushing hard too. Slides up for the race lead, takes it away. Crossover time. Here comes Grinch for the race lead, coming to 75. Make it 74. This upcoming time by side again. Altena gets the run.
Whoa, as we saw Vinci in the background getting very sideways off of turn number 2. We do stay green.
And we're under caution. And remember, we talked about Stellar doing very stellar here. The rookie in his first start just slammed the wall down, and looks like he's broken off the wing. Look at this. Technical issue, Hunter Engrev. You know what just happened? His internet just said bye-bye. Horrific luck, to say the least. Altena now has O'Sullivan as a challenger. Oh my goodness, O'Sullivan from a cannon launches his way to the race lead. Grinch trying to do so. Altena keeps the fight up side by side.
Oh my word, what a restart from the number 12. He's done that before in this season. He's very good at restarts, but my word, that was one of his finest. Well done, Mr. Liam O'Sullivan, almost getting the lead straight off of the restart. But the 27 needs to sort of think about making a move. He can sit in the popcorn seat as here he goes. The 27 now makes the move to the inside. He's going to throw a new tennis ball into the mix. The green numbers 27, piloted by Gresh, makes his intentions now known with 31 laps to go. This is going to be really interesting to see. I mean, the traffic, don't forget, it has to get out of the way, but it's how they get out of the way that's going to be the defining factor, as Gresh makes a big lunge and a big overlap, but he's going to get pinned to the inside, and the gap and the overlap completely relinquishes itself.
Here Mariani got DQ'd just now with a wall hit. He had previously spun moments ago on the apron, can confirm. With less than 10 laps to go now in this fight, these leaders are working their way again to 7 laps to go.
It's going to be a very, very close finish, this one. No matter what, we're going to have a fight all the way to the finish. But it depends if it's going to be Altena. It depends if it's going to be O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan has got a very good overlap this time, Justin. It's the best one he's had so far. Can he make it work on the inside coming off of turn 4? Coming to 2 to go. They're still side by side, Justin. It's going to be the best opportunity that I think O'Sullivan has had all race long. They're still going side by side. This is going to be incredible as they come to the white flag.
Couple more sets of corners after this. Coming to the white flag this time by Julian Altena. Has 159 laps tonight. He looks to hold on for 2 more sets of corners. O'Sullivan to the inside. Altena holds the outside. Altena gets tight. Lap car slow on the bottom. Inch will try and move out of the way. O'Sullivan will try and go for the race win. Side by side, Altena's got the boost. It's Altena at Richmond. What a race, to say the very least. Let's take a look at the unofficial race results as Julian Altena gets the win over Liam O'Sullivan. That difference at the line ended up being 0.106 seconds. Just over a 10. Wrench on the podium on his season debut. Kender and Vincenz amongst those in the top 5. Sensei, I should say, in the top 5. Fiel was in 6th. Zamboni in 7th. Inch in 8th. Charpentier in 9th. And Mariani rounds out your top 10, Jack.
Yeah, looking over to just missing out on the top 10, and this is going to be where our retirements really start to step in for the night. Unfortunately for John Stellard, he comes home in 11th ahead of Fraser Clegg and Hunter Engrav in the 3 Hondas, sorry, not Hyundais, wrong motorsport. Rodan Eftink then in 14th in his Chevy, followed by Toby Deek, Michael Deach, Aman Lau, Anthony Heidsmer, Kyle Clemworth and John Christensen, all out very early on in tonight's race.
We also have Matthias Strauss also out of the race as a result here today. 21 cars started Richmond. In the end, we finish with only 7 within 1 lap down and 5 on the lead lap today.